됐어. 라이브야. 야, 너 나 지금 같이로 라이브 켰거든? 되는지 봐볼래?
안 돼.
아니 그 다시 이거 사봐. 존나 떨려. 아 뜨잖아.
나이스.
이 소리 좀 켜봐.
되나? 오케이.
아 된다.
나 밑으로 할게.
우리 10분만 이따 시작하자.
인초 어딨어? 내가 할게.
Can everybody hear? Can you guys hear? Can you please type in chat?
Can you hear?
Somebody say yes or no. Thumbs up. Yeah, let's start.
Yeah. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Patrick, and this is Jewon, and we're here on behalf of Catchy to present to you our relay live stream. Catchy is a student-led non-profit organization with student leaders from over 27 international schools across Canada, China, South Korea, Singapore, United States, and the UK.
Yeah, our 24-hour relay live stream aims to discover what it means to be Korean in today's international stage. Over the 24 hours, students will discuss about what identity means to them, and we'll be discussing about how identity means to us. So Patrick, can you please introduce yourself to start?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Patrick. I'm 17 years old, and
You're
I'm
17.
yeah.
Oh my God, I thought you were 18.
No, I'm 17, 04. So I've been studying in the UK for 8 years. I went there in 초등학교 3학년. And yeah, it's been a wonderful experience for me over there in the UK. And what about you, Joan?
By the way, I'm 18 years old, 1 year older than you. I study in Canada. I go to school in the Vancouver called St. George's, and I'm rising senior next year. So Pat, like, what does identity means to you? Like, is there any special things that we can talk about?
Yes.
Or like, what did we prepare? Like, can you please introduce something?
Yeah, so we are going to talk about our, our learning and how learning kind of shaped our identity. And obviously we've been in kind of different learning backgrounds, me in the UK, Joan in South Korea and Canada. And yeah.
Somebody said Lord of Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I studied in Vancouver, and what did you just say? Like how learning affects you, or like different learnings?
Yeah, I mean, there are different learnings. So, for example, in my school at least, it's very much discussion-based learning. And so we get to speak to each other a lot. Even in classrooms, it's mostly like the teacher kind of introduces a topic and we kind of discuss it.
Stop laughing.
We discuss it amongst ourselves. Yeah, what about you?
So like compared to your school where like discussion is like a learning base, like our school is most like every class is basically a lecture. The teacher normally like prepares like a 30 to 40 minute PowerPoint every class. So basically we learn that lecture and then we like tend to like memorize all of the things like because basically in our school like test is everything. Like you get the learning, you get the PowerPoint, and then you get a test. So like my daily routine is like basically learning new stuff from like words in PowerPoint. So yeah, it's like I think it's very different from your school, right?
Yeah.
So how does it feel like learning as like when you like learn something from like a discussion or something like that?
So it's so I think we get to discuss ideas a lot more and actually understand them because we get to hear a lot of different views to an idea. And our school's different to your school in that we don't focus on tests, I think, because you mentioned PowerPoints, presentations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our school's goals to kind of our school's end goal isn't tests or exams. It's to kind of to challenge the students and bring the best of us. Yeah.
If somebody asks you how did you do on those tests, or like I think he's mentioning about like how the test is structured. Like for me in my school, like we get the PowerPoint and the majority of the tests are looking like similar to like AP style. If you guys know what AP is, it's like you get the like some sort of like a definition, you choose the correct answers. Like, oh, somebody's asking my grades.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
No.
It's my grades is decent. That is all that I can tell you. It's not bad, but
So am I. Decent.
decent.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody loved your accent.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah. So how does your like school life look besides like beyond the classroom? Like, do you guys still like interact with each other, like having a discussion like lunch table, those kind of stuff?
Yeah, like we discuss a lot on our lunch table, so it's never quiet. We usually talk about either philosophical ideas.
Philosophical ideas with your peers.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just go up to your peer and think about like, does God exist or something like that?
Yeah, or like we talk about like the ethics of drugs, whether they should be legalized, because like the British students are really they're really libertarian,
Libertarian,
liberal.
liberal ideas.
Liberal, yeah. So like they think everything should be freed. They believe in more of an anarchist society, while I'm from South Korea, so I'm kind of taught to believe in a more controlled society.
Yeah. So like, just say like somebody you went up to a person and says, "Do you believe in God?" And somebody says no, but you do believe in God. Like, do you guys get into fight or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, some people have a lot of really like strong views, and often the arguments go beyond the lunch table, and we go back to our rooms, we discuss it, and because it's a boys' school, it sometimes leads to fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, hella dangerous.
Not the pro as you said.
Yeah,
You have to ask me as well.
so like, I mean, you talked about like presentations and PowerPoints, but do you have chances to discuss like such ideas with your peers?
Like, somebody asks you, "Can you please say bottle of water?" No particular reason. No offense.
Okay, I'll say it once, once only. Bottle of water.
What? Yo, I love the accent.
Thanks, bro.
Moving on to my school life. Yeah, beyond the classrooms, we tend to just sit in the libraries, and due to like COVID restrictions, there are only like one people sitting at like one table. So majority of the times, like everybody's wearing AirPods because it's a library. But most of the time, we also like just when we look at the screens of other peers, they're like PowerPoint going on. Like somebody's playing Tetris. I don't know why. Somebody's playing game in library. But everybody's just tends to wear like AirPods and like not like no connected to each other.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that's really sad.
It's a really sad life.
I think it's very different from your school. Like somebody's like your school, you tend to go and fight with others, talking about does God exist? Oh my god.
I mean, do you prefer like AirPods sitting alone, or do you prefer like interaction-based learning?
Yeah, but like think about it. You have like a 3 test in the morning, and you have like a spare. You go to the library, and like just like think about it. Will you prefer to have a conversation with a kid where God exists, or just go into like YouTube or Netflix? What do you prefer?
I mean, yeah, I'm more of an extrovert person. I'm not sure about you. Like, I prefer
Prefer.
I mean, it's a culture, so that's how I've been raised. Yeah, talking a lot.
But yeah, so do I. I'm a very outgoing person, so I tend to like talking with others. But for me, like in school, I do prefer like staying low because I'm the only Korean in my school. Are you the only Korean in your year group or in your school?
In my year, there are 4 other Koreans. So yeah, but we don't really interact a lot.
Oh,
And like Julie asked, is your school religious? I think that's for me. Yeah.
I think it's for me. My school starts with saints.
Okay, fine. You go first.
My school is very religious. We have like a chapel going on every Sunday, every Saturday. Do you associate with the Koreans? I'm the only Korean. That's so sad. At a boys' school, everybody speaks English, French, like Mandarin. You can make foreign friends. Making foreign friends is easy when you play sports or when you go to like clubs or study, but when you're just like living alone as a Korean, there's like pretty hard to get interactive with other foreign kids.
Yeah, facts.
Yes, like
I get you.
Jason Lee, who is that? Yeah, 여기 어디예요? 여기 어디예요? Yeah, we rented a place because like Pat and I are doing together, so we weren't able to do it in somebody's house because like there are people there. So yeah, we just booked the place for this live show. Wow.
Yeah, I'll answer this question because my school is actually really religious because it was founded in 1440 actually.
Oh, that's so old.
Yeah, so it's like almost 600 years old.
Do you have elevators in your school?
No.
So stairs.
Yeah,
Oh
the buildings
God.
are like 500 years old, and so like it's a very Protestant school.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
No.
It's basically
Elaborate.
like it's like a kind of stemming from like Christianity. It's like similar to all of that.
I don't like that.
And so like an interesting tradition we have is like actually like every morning we have to go to chapel. And then we have to sing hymns for like 40 minutes before lessons. So it's basically like a brainwash to the students who, I'll stop it there.
It's like a brainwash. You just
Yeah.
said your school gives you brainwash.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it tries to brainwash the students into the Protestant ways.
So is there any like traditions in your school? Like what do you do with your peers except for like just talking about those God exist?
I mean, we play a lot of sports. So our school's divided into like houses. It's
Yeah.
called. It's like the British system, and like in our like houses, we do a lot of like activities together, like sports. We play football a lot. Or
Football?
soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Soccer. And it's a very interactive experience in my school, at least.
Well, what is this? Like you brought something to talk with me.
Yeah. So
Can everybody see this? Like I don't know. Like those kind of stuff.
can everybody see this?
My phone is here. Oh my god.
Okay, Julie, I am personally, I'm not religious. I've kind of learned to get out of the brainwashing ways of the school. I mean, I'm in my final year. I've learned the ways.
Old man. Yeah.
Okay.
So can you talk like this? I know this. This is called something called chess, right?
Yeah. It's
CHESS, right?
CHESS.
You play this in your school
Yeah.
with boys
Yeah.
in the lunch table.
No, not lunch table. Like the chess club at my school is pretty big, and chess has actually been an important part of my learning, at least in my school, because when I went there at first, it's a new school. I didn't have a lot of friends at first, and it kind of helped me, meet new people, but also it helped me like challenge myself academically, and kind of push my intellect and my creativity, and like. To give a brief introduction to chess,
Yeah.
because you don't.
Give me 1 second. I know this. What is this? The smallest one here.
It's a pawn.
It's a pawn. Okay.
It's a pawn.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, I know this. This is called like queen, right?
yeah, it's a queen.
She can go everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. But the king can only go like one space at a power.
Yeah, the king's like the weakling.
Oh my god, this is called nonsense.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, please elaborate. What does chess mean to you? Like, does it mean anything?
I mean, it's helped me, as I said, it's helped me like challenge myself academically. It's actually helped me like I think do better in my academic subjects, because
Do you really say chess is linked to academics?
yeah, of course. It's like you get to use your brain a lot more, and yeah, it gives you that kind of different approach to how you should do things. Yeah.
Somebody asked you, how does chess help? How does it correlate with like who are? What's Julie like? Who are?
Julie, like,
Please stop nonsense. Like,
yeah.
we're trying to talk. Patrick, so please elaborate. Teach me some chess. Like,
Yeah, I'll teach you some chess. Well, first of all, how did you approach chess? How did you know about chess? Because it's
Oh,
not-
yeah. the reason I know this, the small one called porn and the king and the queen.
It's a pawn.
Porn? How to spell?
P
P. Elaborate.
PAWN.
Oh, PAWN.
Yeah,
Pawn.
yeah.
I think it's because of your accent. I just misinterpreted it. So basically, besides you playing chess with other boys,
Yep.
I go onto YouTube or Netflix. And the reason I know chess is because recently I watched a film called like, is it okay to say the film's name? Like, whatever.
Copyright is all right. Copyright.
Copyright Netflix. Sorry, I watched the
Boys.
I watched the show called Queen's Gambit. It was
heard
like
of it,
it was like hella fun.
It was a great show.
Yeah, the like little young lady, she's
Yeah.
like so smart. Like
Yeah.
she was actually smart. Like, do you know she's actually younger than us?
Is she?
Yeah, she's supposed to be younger than us,
Oh damn!
but she's so smart.
I'm getting Hunter.
Oh yeah,
Big time.
excited. Yeah, so basically for me, I do interact with others, like talking about like Netflix videos, YouTube videos. Yeah, so that's how I approach chess.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just
In a social media, yeah.
yeah. I'll just briefly talk about why Queen's Gambit has been such a revolution in chess. So like, chess hasn't been that much of a popular sport
Of course.
or a board game.
Sports?
Fuck.
Sports.
sorry. However you
fine.
want to call it. And so like it helped it kind of be spread to like around the globe, and it enabled a lot of just people who wouldn't have known chess otherwise to know what the game is and know a brief history about it. And also the main characters actually played a really big part, because in chess actually not a lot of female like players have been very good.
So you're being sexist.
No, like statistically, and also it might have been because of opportunities.
Oh yeah.
But statistically, it is a male-dominated sport, and I think it kind of gave hope to the female chess players that
So I'm gonna ask you a question. If it is a sport, how do you deal with people saying chess isn't a sport? Like I will say it. I don't think chess is a sport. Do you?
Okay. When people ask questions like this, how do you define sport? Julie?
Anyone?
Anyone? Does it have to involve a physical activity? Because it does.
Nobody's answering.
Nobody.
So I basically think chess is not a sport. In my definition of sport, yeah, sports is called physical activity.
Physical activity, right?
Do you play any like other physical sports that people can agree?
Yeah, okay, I play squash.
Squash.
And we can all agree squash is a sport, right?
Yeah, squash is a sport.
So why I think chess is a sport? So the chess is normally in competitive games, they're normally 3 hours long. So you need to sit in one place for 3 hours.
So just say that sitting in one place called physical activity.
Yeah, I mean it's physically draining.
Oh my god.
Do you bring your heart rate up when you play chess? 100%. And also, yeah.
It's a mental sport. Yeah.
It's a mental sport, I agree. I agree with Nick. It is a mental sport.
Yeah, so please teach me something.
Okay, I'll teach you like the basics.
Yeah.
How? Yeah, Nick, I agree.
How is golf a sport then, Nick? I play golf. Golf is the
Nick-
most hardest sport in the world.
Nick, my man, you're with me.
my God.
I'm completely with you, bro.
Yeah, now we're talking about like Pat is gonna teach me some
Yeah,
simple chess.
simple chess.
Yeah.
So the simple rules to someone who may not know anything about chess.
Like me, okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Julie, by the way, like your body, it like gets destroyed when you're sitting down for 3 hours, your backbone just gets destroyed.
Just you have to get a comfy chair.
No.
That's the whole thing.
No. Okay, so Joan said, "This is the king. The aim of chess is to protect your king." And
So it's like protecting king as your own identity. Like how can you link your identity to you?
exactly, because like, it's I think you can relate it to like family as well.
Family. Like
Yeah.
these are like the family.
These are like
members.
what you're trying to do to protect your family.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's just get back to chess.
Yeah.
Now the queen is like the main piece. It's the strongest piece that can be used to protect the queen, protect the king. Sorry. And so your objective is first of all checkmate, and that's where the king can't go anywhere.
And you're basically dead in the next turn, right?
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
The queen, it can move
Anywhere.
anywhere, like this, like a rook, diagonally like a bishop, and I think the most complex piece is the knight. It moves one across and two up, and
That's so hard.
I know that's hard. Yeah,
Oh my god.
and yeah, it can be so it can go like it's a very useful piece in like jumping.
Jump
know.
it.
Yeah, because no other piece. All pieces have to go like across the.
So for example, when queen is here and like pawn, right?
Yeah.
Pawn is in front of her.
Not pawn.
Pawn.
Yeah.
Pawn. Okay. So when pawn goes two across, two up,
Yep.
the queen can only go up to like right behind. Or can you like go past the pawn?
No, it can't go past the pawn. The queen in this case can only go up to there.
Yeah.
But if it's a knight, the knight can jump like there, or like that.
And that can help define your identity.
Do you have any lunch recommendations that can help define your identity?
Suddenly, seriously?
Julie, what's wrong with Come on, Julie. Like, yeah.
We're like, we did prepare for this a lot of time, but you're asking a
You're
lunch
asking about
question.
lunch. If you want to ask about lunch, you should have went to Andy's video, Andy's live stream, not us.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So because you basically told me the simple rules, and I was like, I get a turn and you get a turn, right?
Yeah.
This is back and forth. So let's just try for like a few minutes, like just a simple game.
Just a simple game.
I might lose, of course.
Yep, 100%.
You stated yourself as a president of the Eton College Chess Club.
Yep.
So if you lose,
I'll resign.
resign.
Yep. I'll resign from the club if I lose.
Is it a compliment from the teacher?
Yeah. Teachers, if you're seeing this, I'll resign from the club if I lose to this ban.
Very good. Let's start. Like, how do we start? Who gets?
The white starts.
The white. Is it like the rule?
Yeah, the white always starts. So basically, like, yeah, the white starts.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now that's a bad move. And I'll tell you why. Before you get angry, I'll tell you why. So, what
Yeah,
you
somebody say big boy gotta win.
Alex, no chance. He has no chance. Like in chess, you want like your initial objective is to control the 4 center squares.
You didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell you that, but I'm telling it to you now.
I'm so Let's continue.
So because you want to control the 4 squares, the middle 4 squares, because then you can actually control the whole game.
Yeah.
How big is?
T Kong asked you, how big is chess in your life? How often do you play or read about chess?
So I
This boy plays chess at lunch table with boys in Eton College.
no.
End of discussion.
No.
We play chess with boys every day.
No, I play quite often, but because of coronavirus, I kind of play it online. And it's the reason why chess is so important to me is because it was the first time I got to represent my country, South Korea, in something. In an international competition. So that's why it's such
So
an
let's
important
continue.
concept.
You just talked about the 4 main squares in the middle.
Yeah. So you want to take control of that, and
Yeah. So next move, I will probably move this.
okay, but
Is this considered a good move?
yes, but
Really?
this isn't.
But I just did it, so it's just
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah.
Too late, bro. And
it's your turn.
yeah, I'll move my knight.
That's nonsense. You just told me 4 big squares. So after you remove this, isn't that? It's just like such a logic doesn't make any sense.
It's a complex game, bro. It's a complex game. Is there a global chess ranking? Yes, there is. Yeah.
Who, you?
What?
Are you like if you because I searched it up on the internet for back, but if you just type in like online chess, you have your own ranking. Are you ranked?
I think I'm top
Top.
I'm up there in Korea, so I'm second in under 18s in Korea. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're that smart.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Let's continue. So you made a knight move. So is it okay if I follow your move?
Yeah.
Can somebody in the chess
Yeah, you
game-
can follow my moves.
So I
100%.
basically do it like this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'll move my knight again.
So I will move my knight again. This is so complex. Oh my god! Continue. Yeah.
Are you a copycat in real life as well?
Probably. In my school, how do you memorize 30 PowerPoints? You have to copy and paste everything.
Facts, bro. I'll move my bishop. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, there's a special move in chess called castling.
Costly.
Castling, and it's basically when the king and the rook, between the king and the rook, there are no pieces, then you can switch like this.
That's nonsense. How many rules are there in chess?
There are a lot of rules that are maybe too hard for you.
To half of me.
Yeah.
To half of me. Okay. I get it.
Stop trying to copy my British accent.
By the way, I really like your British accent. It's
Thank you.
thank you. Continue. So it's your turn, by the way.
I just moved. My bishop.
Oh.
It's your turn. Wake up.
Oh.
No.
Oh, is there like a rule when you like pick a something and pick a
So,
day and you
Yeah,
place
so
it back?
in competitive play, if you touch a piece, you need to move it.
Oh,
So, and also if you put it down, then
Yeah.
that's too late.
it's too late.
Yeah. So, but because it's not competitive play, I'll let you play.
You're
again.
giving me another.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I'm a nice person. I'm a generous guy.
So I'll think about it. So the knight can move 2 up, 1 across, and I'll place it something like here. Does this work?
That works. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And
Is that considered a good move?
yeah, that's it's
Superb move.
it's like
Basic.
basic.
Oh.
Basic. How does one define nice person?
See, I did agree that Patrick is a nice person.
I
Give me
can't-
another chance.
Yeah, giving people like more chances, being generous and kind. That's who I am.
It's your turn.
Okay,
Stop wasting your time. We have lots of things to talk about.
I'll move my knight here.
Oh my gosh, it's too complicated. So the aim is like you have to get the king. You have to protect the king, right?
Yeah.
So everything else is like it's like something called like in football or something like that. In American
But
football.
it's protecting your king and attacking that king in the
Oh.
same time.
So yeah, you told me protecting the 4 big squares in the middle. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that.
Okay, it's a bad move. Just for reference.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want me to like destroy you quickly or like kind of help you?
The first one, just show me.
Okay,
I just want to see it.
I'll take it with the knight.
Oh, that's no.
Yeah,
good.
guys, I'll finish this game quickly. I'll beat him quick, and then we can answer your questions.
Somebody's told me saw this scene in Animal Farm. Jason Park, I miss you, bro. Yeah, my move. Oh no. Can the king move diagonally?
No. Yeah. It can move anywhere 1 square.
Oh. This is pretty tough.
Now let's just check
Why?
because
Oh no, it's not a check.
let him know where he stands in this society. He will know after this game.
Please do. Your knight is dead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now I take your queen.
Yo, this is so hard. Literally, this is the hardest game I've ever heard. What are you doing, J1? I'm talking about my identity. Actually, I'm learning from him. Like him talking about his identity, linking back to chess. And I, in the front of the video live show, I did talk about like how learning impacted me as a learning, like international student. Alex, I'm trying my best, but he's smart.
Alex, stop trying to grill this dude. He's trying his best. Come on.
So your turn, my turn.
I just did this.
Oh yeah, so you're dead. It's called chess ASMR.
Just ASMR.
Imagine.
Now this is castling.
Costly.
Yeah. In the chat, if you have any questions, just ask. Please ask.
Yeah, I did
What
one.
did you do?
I will not gonna tell you. When you're playing chess, does somebody needs to tell you what they
Yeah, but I know what you did. You did this.
No,
Yes.
no. I changed my life to here to here.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
After I play a game, I memorized it. interesting.
There's nothing I can do.
You're bad.
No, I'm not bad.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my god, this is so...
Guys in the chat, don't worry. We'll be finished in around 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
100%.
What are you gonna do if this continues for the next 2 minutes? Next 3 minutes. What are you gonna do?
No. I'm confident. Check. Check.
How is now check?
Oh, it's checkmate.
How?
Bishop.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Julie, we're done. That was less than 30 seconds. Thank you. I promise you guys, delivered on the promise.
So let's quickly talk about I did play a game of chess with you. I do realize it's a very complex game.
Yep.
So can you just connect this chess world into your world as a student? Can you connect one of those how do you say this
Rook.
individual pieces?
Individual pieces, yeah.
Yeah. Can you connect yourself to individual pieces on the chess?
So for me, it's we do a lot of things. We're involved in a lot of things. And you can think of these pieces as the individual things that you do, whether that's academics or sports or whatever. And then basically it's all being strategized into one end goal.
Yeah. And
that varies from person to person. That end goal might be a specific career, might be I don't know, how much when you want to retire. And for me, it's all these things I'm doing now. Yeah. It's helping me kind of reach that, plan myself to the end goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the word planning really touches me.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the show, I did mention about memorizing stuff.
Yeah.
As in education system. So for me, I think more likely individual PowerPoints are these pawns, and the end test is what is the king and the queen, right?
Yeah.
It's you need to survive your king.
Exactly.
You have to get a good scores on your test in order to survive, right?
100%.
So you're just knocking out every PowerPoint lectures and those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that links to me more than just planning.
I agree with that as well, 100%. Yeah. Julie asked, why did you start playing chess? Playing chess properly, competitively, it was actually more of a coincidence, because I said earlier that my friend kind of just took me to the chess club, and yeah, actually it was there that it was my first time playing, and then I beat him, and he's been playing for 5 years.
So it was this situation, right?
Yeah, and then except that I beat him.
You're just telling you're smarter than me.
No. So then I found that it was really fun. I got really into it, and the more I got into it, the more I found the merits of it and how it's so fun. Yeah, as well. So
besides that, we're having this live show because it was a Korean Independence Day today.
Yeah.
By the way, everyone does have your what is taegeuk in English? Do you know?
Taegeuk. It's just taegeuk.
Taegeuk?
Yeah.
Does it have an English name?
It's taegeuk.
Oh my god. Did everybody hang their taegeuk on your house or
If you didn't, we'll be very disappointed.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hang the taegeuk. Do you know? Oh, Korean flag. Yeah, it was a flag. Oh my god.
Thanks, Julie.
Very educative.
Yeah.
Educative session.
You didn't?
You didn't.
Man, that's disappointing. That is disappointing.
Everyone, just go up to a store, get a taegeuk and hang it up.
Yeah.
Coming back, how does it mean to you become a Korean? How do I say Korean? British Korean?
British Korean, yeah.
British Korean.
It's definitely a different experience because the majority of Koreans go to America.
Yeah.
Right? It's different for you as well. You went to Canada, that's kind of
pretty much the same thing.
It's quite unique, and I definitely think it was the right choice for me to go to Britain to study because I think you learn a lot of different things that you wouldn't learn otherwise in other countries. And I think that helped me a lot. And also, being a Korean in Britain, there aren't that many Korean. There are around 6 people in my whole school, and there are around 1,500 people in my school. It's definitely something that makes me stand out, I think.
So does like anyone approach you and talk like just talk like are like Koreans good at something or those kind of things? Does somebody ask you questions about like how is it in Korea or like those kind of stuff?
I mean, it's an. I mean, do you mean things like K-pop, all that stuff?
Yeah, just that simple stuff. Like, is racism bad in England?
Uh, eh, it, it was, to be honest, like it was worse in my old school in England because like everyone was so young. But now it's like because my school's really diversified. There are a lot of like, you know, African people, Chinese people, Japanese people, Korean people. So it's our school kind of promotes a culture where everyone appreciates each other no matter like what background they come from. So, but in England, I think I can say that it's bad. But in my school specifically, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah.
I think same for me. Like in Canada, there are like a lot of people will know how many Koreans live in Canada, especially people who are studying Canada or go there for like their vacation. There are like a lot of Koreans. If you walk in the downtown, you'll actually see like people speaking Korean. It's like Korea.
Yeah.
When you like stop at a bus stop, or when you like everybody's like hearing like Korean music, everybody's on their phone calling like saying Korean. But actually, racism in my school is a little different story because compared to you. Because I'm the only Korean. There are a lot of Asians, by the way, but being like a student, like the only Korean student in the whole school, like just makes me stand out. Like, because you know, like when the teacher asks you a question, or like just say in an economics class, like a lot of people, like, a lot of teachers tend to like give information about South Korea of our like rapid development.
Yeah.
Because we did have a big Korean War back in the 1950s, and we recently got independent. Connecting to Independence Day, that is smooth.
Nice connection. Nice connection.
So like teachers say a lot of like things about Korea, like how the country evolved like this quickly. Because and the other examples that the teacher says, like normally Vietnam or back in Germany, they recently united, and in Vietnam there was a Vietnam War.
Yeah.
We're still at
Yeah,
war.
that's true.
That's
True.
true. That's true.
That's true. That's true.
Do you need to go to army?
Yep.
Same. Yeah. So yeah, connecting back to my identity is like it's pretty like feeling awkward. It's not awkward, but like it feels special when teachers ask me like describe your country, because like teachers doesn't know like exactly like when did it happen, how do Koreans celebrate that day, or like they do have like some sort of like that's deep. Yeah, I'm talking about my story, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's yeah.
As an only Korean Canadian in my school,
Alex,
the teacher
this is deep
asked,
stuff.
"Yo, I'm talking." Just kidding. So when teachers ask you a question about like explain your country, like it's kind of weird because like it's pretty rare for the teacher to ask like a white guy to talk about like when, for example, you're living in Britain, right?
Yep.
Your teacher asks a British guy saying that talk about Britain. Like it's just nonsense, right? But for me, I do get a lot of that questions in my school because like there's the teachers need to like type it in Google or like in Wikipedia to learn about the Korean culture. But I think they feel more like easily connected to talk with the students. So I do feel really proud when I'm talking about my home country to other people. And mainly I talk about like K-pop, like Korean food, how do we like some like famous companies, Korea, for example.
Samsung.
Yeah.
It's classic.
It's classic.
Absolute classic.
Classic information. Do you really say classic information? Like classic.
It's just classic.
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 Oh my god.
Well, let me just add a bit more about the racism, because basically there isn't serious racism, but there are a lot of like discriminatory like jokes. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Like there are a lot of like racist casual jokes
Yeah.
and sexist casual jokes in my school.
Oh, it's like people know it is a joke, right?
People know it as a joke, but
Do they get offended?
because like you know how like the England's really sarcastic.
yeah,
It's kind of like that, and like because it's an all boys school as well. There's quite a lot of casual jokes. I think it's so normalized. I think so as well. I definitely agree. But I think it's a culture thing, so it's going to be hard to. Do you think it's a problem? I think it's a big problem, but it's because it's not an. It's a culture thing, so it's really hard to change.
oh, really.
Yeah.
So it's like
What are you doing?
I was just searching up something. I was just gonna ask you like, is there any like Korean like society back in Britain?
Nah.
Not like a Korean street, not like H Mart, those kind of stuff. Is it hard to find? Was it? Is it more like a individual shops? run
Yeah,
by
there
people?
are quite a few like Korean restaurants in London, but
Do you often go there?
not often.
Not often. So, like, cause like, similar like food is a big thing for me. So, you don't like your food back in school, right? Does the food taste good? It's not taste good. But like, do you like it?
The food isn't that good, but like we can go to restaurants at our
Oh.
school, so we just
So, like connecting back to my identity, food is a big thing. I usually think about how I can introduce like a new things to my peers. Because like as I mentioned before, a lot of people don't know Korea. Like they don't have like a source, like a students having the Korean culture back in the days. So like not back in the days when I was going to school like a year ago.
back in the days.
Sorry, my bad. So I think I pretty enjoy like introducing myself to other children, other kids.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty it for our live stream. And by the way, everyone, don't forget today is a Korean Independence Day. If you don't know about it, please type in Google, cause why?
Because well,
Cause it's pretty important to
it's an
celebrate.
important
as-
part of Korean.
Yeah.
If you're Korean, you should know about it.
Do you know about it?
Of course.
Of course. So,
Yeah.
should we elaborate on that?
Go ahead.
So, brief history. There was famous women having independence. Like I don't type it in Google. Better than search it. But the reason we're doing this is to celebrate our Korean Independence Day, and we as international students gathered together to talk about our own stories. And
She's hungry.
I think she's hungry.
Yeah, Julie, go and eat some ramen.
Yeah, so I think it was a very good opportunity for me and you to talk about like how living in different countries is very like touching to our hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's much more interesting because we're both from very unique backgrounds.
Yeah, like not many people go to like Canada or
UK,
England, for example.
exactly. Like, I mean, there are a lot of people going to the US, but I think our backgrounds were unique, and that made this live stream quite interesting.
Yeah. So everybody, peace out and have a good holiday.